Okay, so good morning, class. We are now with your lesson about the types of tissues or under the tissues under the human anatomy and physiology. Okay, so before that, let us first tackle for about the objectives of this module. Okay, so just for a while. Okay, so my laptop is still have a problem. So before that, let us first, habang naglalag ito, when you say tissues class, in your organization of life, if you remember, okay, so the cell is the smallest unit of this. And this cells, okay, so just for that, these cells group together to form a tissue. So this tissue came from the groups of cells. Okay, so what are the objectives of this module? So the objectives are as follows. At the end of this chapter, the students will be able to, first is to classify the animal tissues based on cell shape and arrangement in relation to their functions. Medyo magulo ang tissues. Kasi that is either it is singular or more than one. Okay, so trace the location of these tissues in the human body. Observe keenly their structure using graphical anatomical representations and determine the four different human tissues. So we have four human tissues. So I remember that these tissues ay lesson ko nun sa inyong zoology. I don't know if part yun na inyong zoo. But there are four types of tissues. So these are your nervous, muscle, then the connective, and then the epithelial. Okay, so let us first the origin of your tissues. So as I have said, when you say cells, these are a group of smallest tissues came from the body's smallest functional units, which means they group together their cells. Diba? In your organization of life, your cells is are the smallest units of life. Okay, the smallest unit of life. Okay, and this group of cells join together, okay, to form a tissue. Okay, so our tissues inside our body, the one that study about tissues, they are known as the histology or the histologists. Okay. So it defines, as I have said, tissue is a collection of cells, a group of cells with similar structure. If you notice with our previous activity in your laboratory 1, di ba, pinano ko sa inyo about those organs na nakikita nyo or all the parts that you have seen in your picture. Then, bibigyan mo yung function niya. Pag pare-pareho sila ng function, which means na magkakapareho sila ng system. And this is what you call the similar structure and perform relatively common functions. So, isa lang ang kanilang function sa ating katawan. What are the functions of these tissues? Okay, but before that, let us first talk about the types of tissues. As I've said, there are four: the epithelial, the connective, the muscular, and then the nervous tissues. Okay, epithelial tissues, let us first talk about the epithelial tissues. Okay, but all I have said that the functions of your tissues, they are the one that protects, okay, the linings, the organs, the glands, okay, all the body structures which are found throughout our body. But let us first tackle of what is epithelial tissues. When you say epithelial tissues, these are tissues which are found all throughout the body. So lahat na nakikita natin, the largest external organs of our body is our skin, the largest external. Okay, ang ating skin ay meron siyang presence of epithelial tissues. Okay, so which means that your epithelial tissues are found all throughout the body. Okay, they are the one that covers all the body surfaces. So our skin is the one that protects us from injuries. Ang unang touch muna sa injury is your skin, and the next for this is your epithelial tissue. These are found in the lining of the body cavities and allow organs and all major tissues in the glands So they are functioning well. One of the one the one that protects our internal organs or in the walls or into the linings of our small intestines, into the stomach, they're called as the epithelial tissues. Without the lining or without the presence of your epithelial tissues, pag may merong secretion, okay, merong secretion of your enzymes, okay, so for example, one of the gastric juices, the hydrochloric acid, through the presence of your epithelial tissues at hindi ka kumain, di ba nararamdaman mo parang may kumukulo-kulo dyan sa tiyan mo? Okay, that is the secretion of your hydrochloric acid that helps to digest food, to breaks down food inside our stomach. Your epithelial tissues are found at the lining of your stomach. This is the one that protects us para hindi magkakaroon ng sugat ang ating stomach. But careful class, may limitations yan. Anong function ng ating epithelial tissues? They perform variety of functions, which include the protection, secretion, absorption, excretion, filtration, diffusion, and sensory receptions. Protect, di ba? Under siya ng ating skin. So this is the one that protects us from injuries. Secretions through the presence of that enzymes and then the hormones, okay, secreted inside our body in order to produce and in order to function, your epithelial tissues are part of it. Absorption. Absorption, which means that epithelial tissues are also found in the lining of your small intestines in order to absorb foods. Excretion, also it is found at the lining of your urinary system. Excrete, paglabas ng urine. Also with your large intestine because paglabas ng pupo into your rectum. Diffusion and sensory receptions. So this is how important is our epithelial tissue. It says that these epithelial tissues are found throughout the body. Sa lahat ng parte ng ating katawan. There are types of epithelial tissues. Take note, class, that your epithelial tissues are avascular, which means without the presence of blood. Kaya pag nagasgas ka, that is a part of your epithelial tissues. But take note, class, pag may dugo na yan, it is not a part of your epithelial tissues. It is under the connective tissues because your blood vessels are found at the inner portion. Okay. Ang inyong types of epithelial tissues, which is either one layer or more than one layer. Kaya nga meron siyang simple and then stratified. Okay, kung sa numbers, either one layer, simple. Pag more than one, that is what we call stratified. At meron din siyang shape. Okay, when you say squamous, simple, one layer, pero flat. Kasi when you say squamous, flattened or thin layer. But when you say stratified squamous epithelium, stratified means more than one layer, flattened or thin epithelium. But when you say cuboidal, came from the word cuboidal, cube, which means when you say simple, one layer, pero ang shape niya ay cube. But when you say stratified, which means na more than one layer, pero cube. Okay, look at this. So they're made of cubes. Okay, equal parts. How about when you say columnar? Diba sa inyong rows and columns, when you say rows, pahaba. When you say patayo, that is what we call columns. So para siyang columns, columnar. But when you say simple columnar, which means one layer, pero made up of columns. But when you say stratified columnar, which means na class, when you say stratified, more than one layer na under ng columns. But your pseudo-stratified, okay, is included here. Why? Kasi looks like a columns. Isa siyang layer lang ang inyong pseudo-stratified. Kaya nga pseudo means false. Napagkakamalan siyang double layer. Okay? Pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. Pseudo means false. Under sana siya ng simple. Pero dahil siya ay through the presence of their microscope, minsan nakikita nila na hindi lamang siya one layer. But actually, simple layer lang siya. Epithelial tissues according to shape and number. So one layer or two layers or more than two layers. shape, it is either simple, squamous, okay, cuboidal, or columnar. According to cell shapes, so these are the explanation of your squamous, cuboidal, so on and so forth, hanggang dun sa inyong stratified. You can read it. Okay, how about when you say transitional epithelium? So this is more than one layer, resembling stratified squamous, which means, pag sinabi siyang squamous, flattened. Stratified means more than 2 layers. Stratified cuboidal, which means more than one layer. Cuboidals made of cubes. So combination of your stratified squamous and stratified cuboidal. Okay, allowing stretching and distending to make room for urine containment. So which means na di ba ating urinary bladder, lalabas niya lang yun, bubuga lang siya if na puno na yung ating yung urinary bladder. So it signalizes the brain na ay puno na siya, you need to excrete it. Okay, so that is under the transitional epithelium, which is found at the urinary system, especially the bladder. Okay. So this is a simple squamous epithelium, one layer, flat. So saan mo makikita? Along the sacs of your lungs, along the lining of your heart, along the blood vessels. So when you say blood vessels, that is under the connective tissues and the lymphatic vessels. So the lymphatic vessels, they're responsible for the lymph nodes. Okay, what is the function of this? Allows materials to pass through by diffusion. So when you say diffusion, without active transport diffuse. And filtration, pinifilter niya yung dumi, the waste materials, before pumasok sa ating katawan. Secrets lubricating substances used as a lubricants para to prevent friction. Okay, simple cuboidal epithelium, simple one layer made up of cubes. So saan makikita? Ang function nito is to secretes and absorbs and found in your small glands and the kidney tubules. So your small glands are responsible to secretes or stimulate the other organs of our body to function. Okay, simple columnar epithelial, one layer, columns. Okay, saan makikita yon? Ciliated tissues, like for example, the bronchi, the urine tubes, the uterus, both na ciliated. When you say ciliated clusters, presence of ciliated tissues, which means that there are different hairs which are present in your bronchi to protect us from, ang functional is phagocytes or phagocytosis. Okay, to protect us from foreign materials. Absorbs, also protects, okay, the secrets, mucose, and then the enzymes. So on and so forth. So pwede nyo nang basahin yan. So the examples of your epithelial tissues, like for example, in the case of psoriasis, nakikita nyo para siya may mga gas-gas. Diba? That is what you call, that is under the epithelial tissues without the presence of blood. Kasi blood vessels na yan. How about when you say connective tissues? Next layer, after your epithelial tissues, are your connective tissues. So this is the most abundant tissue in the body. So when you say connective tissues, these are more widely separated from each other than in epithelial tissues, which means na ang connective tissues nyo ay under the intercellular substance, which means internally, palalim na siya, which are present in the larger amount. Okay, made up of cells like the fibroblasts, the fat cells. So meron ka ng taba doon kasi that is under the inner portion of your body. Macrophages. Macrophages, they are called as the soldiers, the one that phagocytes or the one that protects us if there are presence of foreign materials and infections. Leukocytes and then the mast cells. All of this. So the neutrophils, di ba pag nagpa-CBC kayo, may makikita kayo dun about the presence of neutrophils. Ano na ba? Normal na pa siya? Kasi they have functions inside our body. They are the one that protects us if there are presence of infections, okay, if there are presence of foreign materials. Okay, yun yung kanilang mga function. Your elastic fibers also found in your connective tissues. Elasticity. Okay, para kaya natin i-stretch yung ating katawan. Yung ating mga internal organs inside our body. Your collagen fiber, your collagen, di ba, gumagamit ng collagen yung may mga edad na. Why? Anti-aging. Okay, the fat cells. So they are found in your connective tissues. So yung mga adipose tissues natin, they are found under the connective tissues. There are different types of your connective tissues. So these are the loose connective tissues, or that it was called the adipose tissues, yung taba. Okay, so they are found beneath the skin, between the muscles, beneath the epithelial tissues, which means that after the epithelial tissues, ang inyong loose connective tissues ay makikita beneath the walls of your liver, the spleen, and the lymphatic organs. Your liver kasi is found at the found inside our body. So one of the internal organs or largest internal organs of our body. The tendons and then the ligaments. So your ligament, so like for example, pag lupaypay ang ligament, naputol yan class, no? So wala, hindi na natin mag-flex. So like for example here, there are presence of ligaments here. So once naputol yung ating ligaments along your joints, okay, lupaypay na yan siya. Hindi mo na siya mapapakulot. So they are under the reticular connective tissues which are found at the inner portion of our tissues. Dense connective tissues. Okay, so as I have said, it is the ligaments place are found in your dense connective tissues. So they are responsible to bind organs together. Okay, so elastic came from the word elasticity, provides elastic quality, connecting parts of the spinal column, the walls of your arteries, and then the airways. Okay, hyaline cartilage, the ends of the bone, so on and so forth. Okay, so meron na siya dyan. The cartilages, the framework of your external ear and the part of your larynx. So your larynx is your windpipe, which is the first part of your lower respiratory tract. Kasi the upper part of your respiratory tract ay natigil lang siya. Your larynx kasi, okay, the larynx is a voice box. So the larynx is the windpipe, is the trachea, which means that your elastic fiber is part of the found in your larynx, which is your voice box, which is under the upper respiratory system, upper respiratory tract. Okay, your trachea or your windpipe next to your larynx, okay, that is considered under the lower part of the respiratory system. So the elasticity is found along the part of your larynx or the voice box. Okay, why? Kasi pag salita tayo ng salita, dapat elastic yun para ma-prevent yung flexion or gasgas. Fibrocartilage. So between bony or the spinal column, so on and so forth. So your blood, okay, that is under the connective tissue kasi your blood is found in your connective tissues within the blood vessels. Okay, so these are the types of your connective tissues. The loose, the adipose, the reticular, the dense cartilage, the bone, and then the fluid connective tissues. Okay, so your loose areolar connective tissues. So they are these are found in your mast cells, the macrophages, okay, the elastic, and then the collagen fibers. Okay, elasticity means is that, okay, para maging flexible, the collagen, then the fibrous. Okay, this one, the loose areolar parts, and so on and so forth. May explanation na yun siya. When you say adipose tissue class, it's about the fat cells. Okay, that is part of your connective tissues, as I have said. The lymphoid or the reticular tissues came from the word lymphoid. So that is under the lymph nodes. Okay, to protect us from infection. So it contains the reticular cells and then the white blood cells, because the white blood cells act as a soldiers inside our body. So that is found in your reticular or the lymphoid tissues. Okay, this in your lymph nodes. Okay, yung may mga kulani natin. So they are found there. That is what you call the reticular or the lymphoid tissues. How about when you say dense connective tissues? So this contains more collagen fibers and fewer cells than loose connective tissues. So what are the types of your dense connective tissue? Ito yung reason kung bakit ayaw kong i-face-to-face. Why? Makikinig rin lang kayo. Magugulon kayo pagdating sa tissues. Kasi ang isang portion ay meron pa siyang ibang portion. Ganun siya kagulo. Types of dense connective tissues are either fibrous or elastic tissues. So what's the difference between them? Fibrous, okay, so it is about the collagen fibers. Pero titingnan mo under the connective tissues, nandun yung mga elastic tissues, fat tissues, di ba? About the collagen. So yun yung part niya. Okay, elastic tissues, elasticity. They are part again part of the collagen. Okay, the large blood vessels, but the blood is one of the portion in your connective tissue. Diba also the trachea, when you say the trachea, okay, which is the another portion, another call for this is the windpipe, which is the opening of your lungs. Doon bago pumasok dan sa ating lungs, ay meron pa siyang bronchus and then the bronchus and then the bronchioles. So dito makikita ang elastic tissue. Why? It is necessary to be elastic. Kasi yun yung portion na papasukan ng ating air. The bronchi and then the lungs. So this three, the trachea and then the bronchi and the lungs, it needs an elastic tissue in order to function. Cartilage. So these are by the collagen and then your elastic tissues. The bone, syempre about the bones, yung under the skeletal. So the epiphysis is consist of outer covering made up of compact bones. So inyong skeletal system, malalaman nyo na yung compact bone and then the cancellous bone. Kasi there are different tools. Okay? So the extremities and then yung mga center na bones. Okay? Yung mga hard bones. Okay? Then the muscular tissues. So when you say muscular tissues, aside from your connective and your epithelial, when you say muscular tissues sa muscle, okay, it contracts and relaxes rhythm. So ano bang function ng ating muscular tissues for contraction and relaxations? Kasi yung muscle natin, it helps to contract and then the relax. Even in your muscles in your heart. Diba ang ating heart ay nagko-contract at nagko-contract at nagre-relax. Nagko-contract and then the relax. That is the function of your muscular tissues. Okay, the muscle tissues which are found in which is found in your heart, or the cardiomuscular tissues. What are the types of your muscular tissues? They are divided into smooth, cardiac, and then the skeletal. Okay, when you say skeletal, ito ay under ng bones, and under yan ng voluntary muscle. When you say voluntary, means class, pag hindi mo yan ginalaw, hindi yan kikilos. Okay, so like for example, pag hindi ka lumakad, okay, that is, pag hindi ka lumakad, hindi yan magpa-function. So the tissues which are found in your skeletal-muscular tissues, along na pag ikaw ay gumalaw, okay? Kasi magkasama yung bones and then the muscles. So the tissues which are responsible for this is what you call the skeletal muscle tissues. How about when you say cardiac muscle tissue, that is under the cardiac tissue, or the responsible for the heart contraction, because your muscular tissues used for contraction and relaxation. And your smooth muscle tissues, same with involuntary. Ibig sabihin, kusang gumagalaw. Your heart, hindi mo yan pwedeng sabihin na ang puso ay wag kang dyan mag-relax or mag-contract. Kaya nga sabi nila, gamitin mo yung utak mo para kontrolin kung anong sinasabi ng puso natin. Like for example, okay, like for example, na in love ka sa isang walang trabaho. Okay? So the one that controls your heart, dahil yan ay involuntary control, which means magko-contract lang yan, titibok yan. The one that controls it is your brain. Diba? Your brain is the one that controls it. That is what you call the ego, and then the cerebral. Okay, how about when you say involuntary control? For example, tumutunaw ang the digestive system. That is under the involuntary muscle. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin ng small intestine, wag ka muna mag-absorb, antayin mo muna yung kinakain ko ngayon. No, that is involuntary. Uncontrollable. But when you say voluntary control, which means ikaw ang nagpapagalaw nun, ikaw ang nagpapakilos noon. So your your skeletal muscle tissues, yan ay under the voluntary control. But when you say involuntary control, it is either the smooth muscle and then your cardiac muscle. How about the fourth type of your tissues, the nervous tissue? These types of tissues are found in the nervous system. So in your brain. Okay, it is either excitable or non-excitable cells. So yung pag sinabing excitable, that is neurons or the nerve cells. And then the neuroglia is a non-excitable cells. Okay, so yun ay makukuha natin sa inyong nervous tissue. Okay, this is the part of the brain. Pag sinabi siyang nerve tissues. So that is the end of our discussion under your tissues. Okay, just wait.